supply elasticity. Just as we can use the elasticity of demand to summarize information about the responsiveness of the quantity demanded to price or other variables, we can use the elasticity of supply to summarize how responsive the quantity supplied of a producer is to price changes or other variables. The price elasticity of supply, or supply elasticity, is the percentage change in the quantity supplied in response to a given percentage change in price. The price elasticity of supply is the Greek letter eta. Eta equals percentage change in quantity supplied over percentage change in price, which equals delta capital Q over capital Q divided by delta P over P, equals the partial derivative of capital Q with respect to P multiplied by P over capital Q, equation 2.25, where capital Q is the quantity supplied. If eta is 2 equals 2, a 1% increase in price leads to a 2% increase in the quantity supplied. The definition of the price elasticity of supply, equation 2.25, is very similar to the definition of the price elasticity of demand, equation 2.21. The key distinction is that the elasticity of supply describes the movement along the supply curve as price changes, whereas the elasticity of demand describes the movement along the demand curve as price changes. That is, in the numerator, supply elasticity depends on the percentage change in the quantity supplied, whereas demand elasticity depends on the percentage change in the quantity demanded. If the supply curve is upward sloping, then the partial derivative of price with respect to quantity is greater than 0. The supply elasticity is positive, eta is greater than 0. If the supply curve slopes downward, and the supply elasticity is negative, eta is less than 0. For the pork supply function, equation 2.7, capital Q equals 88 plus 40p, the supply elasticity of pork at the original equilibrium, where price equals $3.30 and capital Q equals 220, is eta equals the derivative of the quantity with respect to price multiplied by price over quantity, equals 40 times 3.3 over 220 equals 0.6. As the price of pork increases by 1%, the quantity supplied rises by less than 2/3 of 1%. The elasticity of supply varies along an upward sloping supply curve. For example, because the elasticity of supply for pork is eta equals 40p over capital Q, as the ratio p over capital Q rises, the supply elasticity rises. At a point on a supply curve where the elasticity of supply is eta equals 0, we say that the supply curve is perfectly inelastic. The supply does not change as the price rises. If 0 is less than eta, which is less than 1, the supply curve is inelastic, but not perfectly inelastic. A 1% increase and the price causes a less than 1% rise in the quantity supplied. If eta is greater than 1, the supply curve is elastic. If eta is infinite, the supply curve is perfectly elastic. The supply elasticity does not vary along constant elasticity supply functions, which are exponential or equivalently log linear. Capital Q equals capital B P to the power of eta, or the natural log of capital Q equals capital B plus eta times the natural log of P. If eta is a positive finite number, the constant elasticity supply curve starts at the origin, as figure 2.11 shows. Two extreme examples of both constant elasticity of supply curves and linear supply curves are the vertical supply curve and the horizontal supply curve. A supply curve that is vertical at a quantity capital Q star is perfectly inelastic. No matter what the price is, firms supply capital Q star. An example of inelastic supply is a perishable item such as already picked fresh fruit. If the perishable good is not sold, it quickly becomes worthless. Thus, the seller will accept any market price for the good. A supply curve that is horizontal, P star, is perfectly elastic. Firms supply as much as the market wants, a potentially unlimited amount. If the price P star is P star or above, firms supply nothing at a price below P star, which does not cover their cost of production. Figure 2.11, constant elasticity supply curves. Constant elasticity supply curves. Capital Q equals capital B P to the power of eta, with positive finite elasticities start at the origin. They are concave to the horizontal axis if 1 is less than epsilon, which is less than infinity, and convex if 0 is less than epsilon, which is less than 1. The unitary elasticity supply curve is a straight line through the origin. The vertical constant elasticity supply curve is perfectly inelastic, while the horizontal curve is perfectly elastic. In the graph, we have vertical axis price, horizontal axis Q, which is the convention in economics. You have P star, which is a horizontal line where eta is the infinity. Then you have a line where eta is 2, and one where eta is 1, and another one where eta is 0.5, and the vertical supply curve where eta is 0.